So a lot of you are looking for side hustle businesses that can make a lot of money. And in this video, I want to share with you a very unique business, a business that a lot of people overlook. It's the old-fashioned way of making money. And I'm going to share with you something that's probably going to blow your mind, because this business can make you so much money that not only will you be able to quit your job, but you'll be able to sock away extra money, pay off those debts, and even take the vacations that you want, buy the car that you want, buy the house that you want. Yes, it is that highly profitable. So I have a lot to cover in a very short period of time, so let's get into it. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a video and I posted it here on YouTube where I was talking about a very unorthodox, old school business with what I like to call postcard profits. And so a lot of you are like, oh, that's old school. Everybody's doing online marketing. Well, see, that's the problem. Everybody is doing online marketing. And in fact, even recently, and this is so ridiculous. So over the years, I've been doing a lot of experimentation with Facebook ads, YouTube video ads, Google ads. And what's interesting about online marketing is that it's almost very governmental. I don't even know if that's really the proper word for this. Whereas the oversight is just so hardcore that they disapprove your ads. They decide what kind of ads you can place. Facebook constantly disapproved my ads over and over again. And then this is the most comical part. So I actually pulled my YouTube video ads off quite some time ago. And I have not been experimenting with any online ads for quite a while. And it's weird because I just received a notification. In fact, I've received several notifications from Google stating that this ad is banned for whatever reason, that ad is banned for whatever reason, this ad is going to be banned for, and I'm getting all these notifications and I'm like, wait a minute, I have not run any of these ads in years. And so it's almost like their system, their bots are going through your online advertising systems, and the same is for Facebook as well, where I've gotten numerous notifications about different ads that they're banning that I haven't even run. They're just sitting in the system idle, basically paused indefinitely. And so that's the problem when you're dealing with any kind of online marketing, in addition to having to deal with very, very steep competition with everybody and their mom trying to market something online, a lot of click fraud that you have to deal with. And plus, it's just getting so astronomically, ridiculously hard and high in cost to do pay-per-click advertising online. And so a lot of people overlook the old school methods of marketing. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Monica, you're getting way ahead of me here because I don't even have a product or service to market. Well, the cool thing is, with affiliate marketing, you do. And as long as you choose the right affiliate product that is something that you can make a lot of money off of, then you can do really well with this business. Like, we have students that are making $1,000 to $2,000 per sale. Some of them making a lot more than that depending on what they're selling. And this is through our own affiliate products that we have. So you don't just have to go to a place like Commission Junction or clickbank.com, for example, to find affiliate programs. There are a lot of other affiliate programs out there that can give you a lot of money in commissions every single time you make a sale. And the cool thing is, if you don't want to, you don't have to talk to anybody, you don't have to twist anybody's arm, you don't have to sell anything over the phone or by video conference calls or anything like that. You can actually go through the automated sales system and actually have everything set up online. And even better, when you do have an affiliate that you're working with, they do the heavy lifting when it comes to the sales process, and you simply just collect names and email addresses from people, send them off into the affiliate's website for the affiliate to do the heavy lifting on the sales job, right? So that's the cool thing about selling affiliate stuff. Now, maybe you do have an online course, or maybe you're thinking about setting up an online course, in which case this is really cool because, you can make all the money yourself. You get 100% of the proceeds or the profits. And maybe you're thinking, well, Monica, it would be cool if I can get 100% of the proceeds and the profits, but I don't have a product yet. Well, the cool thing about like PLR sites, PLR stands for private label rights, such as like masterresaleRights.com. There are several others out there that do private label rights where you can buy information products or courses. So say, for example, you want to create a course on real estate investing, okay? And you don't have a course, you don't know how to make a course, you don't have the writing ability, don't have the ability to do your own videos, whatever the case may be. So you can go to these PLR websites and you can actually create your own course based on several different components that you can buy and sell as your own, including videos, including audio, including seminars, including manuals, including reports. You can just basically pull everything together. And if they're true private label right products, you can actually put your own name on them or your own pen name on them and sell them as your own product, as your own course, and get 100% of the proceeds. So the sky's the limit on which you can make when it comes to creating your own course, or in the very least becoming an affiliate for a high ticket item or a high ticket product or service. So the key here, though, that I'm getting into is, now that you have an idea of what your product could be, whether it's going to be a PLR product or whether it's going to be your own product that you're going to create from scratch, or whether you're going to do an affiliate product kind of deal, once you establish what you're going to do, you need to figure out how you're going to drive traffic to your very simple website. And by very simple, I mean literally, what's your name and email address, and then they pop over into the affiliate site if you're going to sell affiliate products, right? It's just a simple 2-page website. A lot of people think that they got to set up these complicated funnels and these complicated email series. Nothing can be further from the truth. The more complicated it is, the less money you make, believe it or not, okay? A lot of my websites are super old school. Like, a lot of them even look like they're from the 1990s. It's a little on the ridiculous side, but I've noticed that my old school, ridiculously simple looking websites pull better than the more sophisticated, funnel-esque looking, sleek, shiny type of websites that I have. So I've stuck with the old school across the board. It goes back to the Gary Halbert days. If you know marketing, Gary Halbert was an old school marketer that did really, really well with direct mail marketing, namely. And then, of course, Dan Kennedy, who also did the same. And these old school marketers are always on track with and highly recommending old school marketing methods, because online marketing simply doesn't pull the same weight that it used to. So let's go back to postcards then. So the cool thing about postcard marketing is that you can drive endless amounts of traffic to these very simple 2-page websites. Again, page 1 is what's your name and email address to get this freebie thing that I want to give to you. And then page 2 is here's the freebie thing and the free training or whatever, and click here to order. Okay, that's basically it. So you obviously need to drive traffic to these simple websites to be able to get sales. Prospects, highly qualified prospects need to be pushed into these websites. And so that's why I highly believe in offline marketing. And I have to be honest with you, I would love to be the one that does the lazy way's man to marketing riches, or the lazy woman's way to marketing riches, by simply just setting up some Facebook ads, throwing them out there, and waiting for the avalanche of cash to come in. And that's never been the case for me. I mean, I've been, how long has it been since I did online marketing? Started off with online marketing. I started doing really well with online marketing circa about 2006, 2007. And I did a lot of affiliate stuff, believe it or not, but it was my affiliate products that I would have other affiliates sell, but I'd also sell my own downloadable products. And I did start with ClickBank.com when I started to promote my own downloadable course. And that's how I kind of, earned my stripes with online marketing. And I would use Google ads, which back in the day, Google would let you advertise anything and everything. And then fast forward a few years later, they had the Panda Slap and what was the other slap called? It was Panda and some other animal slap. And they basically pulled everybody off that had any and all type of, anything that they didn't like. And then fast forward to today, and they're still doing the same thing. They're just pulling every advertiser that they don't even remotely like. Because here's what's going on with Google and Facebook. They only want the big players, okay? Big players, pharmaceutical companies, insurance companies, maybe a big brand of car like Toyota, for example, or Buick or something like that. They only want the big players advertising on their platforms, and they literally want to get rid of everybody else, okay? So that's why if you're an advertiser online and you find yourself in the situation where they're banning your ads and you just can't figure out why, and they're like, well, here's the list of 101 possible reasons as to why you're banned, and we're not going to help you out, but this is just a bot telling you that you're banned. And you're going through the list and you're like, well, I'm not selling, breast milk, and I'm not, and you go through this ridiculously long list, and then you realize that it's just a bot that just basically banned your account or banned your ads, and you'll never get in touch with a human being. I mean, good luck with all that. And a lot of these advertisers online are just simply trying to figure out, like, why are they banning my account? Well, the reality is they don't want you there. They only want the big multi-million dollar, multi-billion dollar players. And so they're slowly but surely chiseling away at the people at the bottom. And pretty soon it's going to be where if you're trying to market any product or service online, you're not going to be able to. It's just not going to be realistic unless you're, of course, driving traffic from an offline source, such as postcards. And so for many, many years, and I feel so blessed because I actually, it was funny because I was having a conversation with my daughter the other day, and I'm like, if I was in a time machine, I don't know where I get these time machine like thoughts all the time, but I listen to a lot of 80s music. It's like my favorite music. And so I was listening to Tears for Fears, Shout, which came out in 1985, and I was just looking at the 1985 on my on my Sirius radio, and I'm like thinking, if I was transported back into the 80s, I would do really, really well. I would do really well, at any time that you drop me off from between the time I was born in the 70s all the way fast forward to now. Because as a Gen Xer, which I'm really lucky, I'm toggling between two worlds, which is the old school world and the new school world, which is the tech stuff, right? And so I've been able to learn both. I started learning computers when they became hot back in high school. And so I basically came up from the bottom with that too, So if you literally took me to 1985, I would know exactly what to do to kill it in direct mail marketing because I have all these skill sets, And then now fast forward to now, and these same skill sets still do pay off in a major, major way. It's just that it's done a little differently because postage has gone up, printing has gone up, and you have to play the game a little bit differently. And that's why I don't do those multi-page mailings anymore. My biggest mailing that I'll do is 4 pages long, usually double-sided, so that's about 8 pages. That's the longest mailing I'll do. And then I usually like to fill it all in with postcards as well because postcards are so ridiculously cheap to mail. So if you're wondering, okay, Monica, this sounds great. You gave me an idea of what kind of product I can get. You gave me an idea of how to flood my inbox full of people, my email, drip system with a bunch of new prospects that really want to get my new product or my affiliate product. But how does all this work? Like, how does it really work? Like, do you actually have numbers? So I did do a video about this a couple weeks ago, and I had some pretty good positive comments. A lot of people wanted to know more. Some people were naysayers, like, no, you don't do that, this and that. Okay, well, first of all, you don't work in my office. You don't know what the hell I do and don't do, okay? Again, these are just for the few people that just like to just sit around and just troll people. But this is the most sophisticated, even though it's old school, most effective, cost-effective, and most profitable way to market. Again, I've been doing this for a long time. I started marketing in 1995, so I know a lot of stuff. Even fast forwarding into the tech age, learning as much as I know about online marketing, and it just does not pay off anymore. It does not pay off. And so I want to share with you just kind of some numbers, because I know a lot of you were asking me for numbers and kind of how this could work for you in the event that you're interested in using postcards to maybe sell a high-ticket affiliate product that doesn't even have to be your own product. It could be somebody else's product that you're selling and making money off of, and you just simply have to get the leads to go over into your funnel, get their name and email address, and then send them off into the affiliates program's website to do the heavy lifting. They've already tested all of these video ads. They've already tested all these trainings and these webinars that highly convert, and they're literally doing all of the sales presentation for you, and you're just basically getting the people, plucking them out of society through these postcards, getting them over into your website, having them opt in, and then sending them over to the affiliates program website or their webinar to do the heavy lifting and the sales for you. And you're sitting around and collecting the dough, right? So I'm going to share with you some numbers because, like I said, a lot of you asked for some numbers. So let's go into some screenshots I want to share with you on some numbers. So the first thing I'm going to share with you, many of my students who get involved in this, in the very least, are able to make at least $500 to $1,000 per week doing this, and that's just very, very minimal, very part-time, sending out maybe 500 postcards, maybe a little more per week, and then they go into it more in depth. Some of my students are making over $100,000 a year doing this. I have one student that's making over $100,000 a month doing this, and I'm going to share with you exactly what he's doing, why he's able to make this much money, and it's exactly how I'm able to make this much money whenever I send out a massive blast of my postcards. So let me show you the screenshot of exactly what I'm talking about. First and foremost, I want to talk a little bit about why postcards work so much. I kind of talked about exactly why they convert better, and it's because there's so much click fraud nowadays, and you're lucky to be able to run even any ads on Facebook that are going to convert, let alone be able to stay on Facebook. Same with YouTube, same with all of them, really, all of the pay-per-click platforms. And so you don't have anybody doing oversight. Like the U.S. Postal Service isn't looking at your postcard going, well, we don't like your postcard, so therefore we're not going to let you send it anymore. And as long as you're abiding by some basic federal laws, like you don't want any naked bodies on the postcard or anything like that, as long as you're abiding by some basic federal stuff, you don't have, the U.S. Postal Service police telling you what you can and cannot mail, just like you have the Google police and the Facebook police telling you what you can and cannot have for ads. You don't have any of that. But the thing about postcards and other direct mail marketing pieces that's different is that it engages the prospect psychologically. So when they're getting a postcard in the mail, they have it. A lot of them are walking back from the post box and they're looking at all their mail and they're looking at your postcard too. That's more attention that they're giving to you than any Facebook post that they see, any Facebook ad, any YouTube video ad that they're quickly skipping past, any little banner ad that they see on any pay-per-click website, whether it's Yahoo or whether it's a Google search that they did or whatever. All of that is very fleeting. It's milliseconds that they have to capture people's attention. We're talking about these marketers. But, depending on how long it takes for somebody to walk back from the mailbox, that's pretty much all the time you have to engage with people. And back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s, when direct mail marketing was super hot, you were competing a lot with a lot of huge, heavy-duty, heavy-hitter competitors. You don't have that problem anymore because nobody wants to do the old school anymore. They all want clickety click, 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 and make it all easy. And, an avalanche of cash is coming in while I can go watch TV. That's not how it works anymore. Yeah, back in probably 2006, 2007, when I first started to earn my stripes in, online marketing, it was easy like that. Anybody can make money. I mean, you can be, literally probably an IQ of 78 and make a ton of money online. Nowadays you can't. It's just highly scrutinized. There's so much click fraud. There's the ads, the pay-per-click cost is just so ridiculously high. The competition's ridiculous. But people are just not as focused on your ad, and it doesn't seem and feel real to them. So when they're holding a postcard or a direct mail marketing piece, it's real. It feels very real to them. It has a real vibe to it. It's a real thing, and it feels like a real company to them. It's something that they could physically touch. Now, a lot of people don't know just exactly how cheap postcard marketing is. It's like as little as 29 cents a piece, and you're probably thinking, oh, Monica, that's just huge. Well, you tell me what platform you can actually pay 29 cents a click to get a high quality lead. And the key word there is quality, okay? Not just any rando lead, high quality lead, okay? Because you might argue, well, Monica, I know places where I can get 5 cents a click or 10 cents a click. Well, first of all, show me where you can get a quality lead for 5 cents a click. Again, it's not 2007 anymore, and you can't really do that anymore. But maybe you can, okay? But those are going to be far and few between. You might be able to start off marketing that way, but the very moment that they see that you're on their platform continuing to pay for their pay-per-click leads, the 5 cents turns into 10 cents within a week. The 10 cents turns into 20 cents within another week. The 20 cents turns into 50 cents within another week. Pretty soon, those same clicks are costing you $5, okay? Doesn't stay 29 cents, all right, or 5 cents or whatever we started out. 29 cents per postcard, that will stay 29 cents per postcard unless, of course, U.S. Postal Service decides to hike up the rates again, which they do constantly. But what I noticed, though, is since you're going to be sending this pre-sorted standard, which is third-class mail, that hasn't changed much, really. It has not changed much in cost. The first-class stamp changes a lot. You're not going to be sending these first-class, okay? You'll be sending these third-class mail, and you're even better, you're going to have another company do this type of mailing for you. So we're going to get into all of that. I'm going to share with you exactly how you can get more details about that. But I just wanted to share with you really quick, like why postcards do exceptionally well. So let me share with you this slide that has a bunch of numbers on it for you. And then that way you can get an idea of kind of how this works, like an affiliate. So for example, we have an affiliate program, and you can make about $1,300. Well, the sale is $1,300. You can make half of that. That's what our affiliates make, is 50% on most of our affiliate products. So if you take 5,000 postcards, and you're probably thinking, Monica, 5,000 postcards, if I'm going to be doing this myself, that's going to take forever. Okay, compare that to let's just first compare that to your 40-hour work week that you're doing right now. Most of you are doing right now, okay? Sending out 5,000 postcards. Say you literally had to, gun at your head, you have to do 5,000 postcards in a week, but you don't have to go to your job, okay? And all you have to do is peel and stick labels and then put stamps on them if you want to go that route, okay? So, are you able to do 5,000 postcards in less than the amount of time that you're already working 40 hours? Because remember, you don't have to go to your job for that week. And the answer is yes, you can, okay? So when people say, oh, I can't do it, it's too much work, it's because people just really have become really complacent. It's just kind of sad. So say you do 5,000 postcards. It doesn't have to be in a week. It can be in a month, okay? You can do 1,250, so 1,250 postcards per week if you'd like. You get a 2% response typically. That, by response, I mean that people are going to your website, okay, and opting in and putting their name and email address in. And they're going to get the free thing. You have to offer them something for free that they cannot refuse, okay? So out of your 5,000 prospects, you're going to get 100 leads of people that opt in and put their name and email address in. And then you're going to be able to do 5 sales of the $1,297 course. That's our affiliate program. That means that you're going to gross $6,485, but the gross revenue for you, which is half of that, because remember, you're getting half of the $1,300, is $3,242.50, less your postcard mailing costs, which remember it's 29 cents each, so that's a total of $1,450. So the profits for you on that 5,000 piece mailing is $1,792.50. Now these are estimated. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, depending on your mailing list, depending on the time of the month that you're sending them. Like for example, if you're trying to do a mailing during Christmas, good luck with that. It doesn't usually work out as well. So there's certain times of the year that you don't want to be doing mailings, like Thanksgiving, those types of holiday areas of the year. You don't want to be doing these types of mailings. But if you're doing the rest of the year, then many times you're doing better than these numbers that I'm showcasing to you. But then I haven't even talked about the back end part. So there's another course that they could buy. It's kind of like a membership that's each year, and it's a $2,000 a year membership. And people do jump at this because we make it just so irresistible that they absolutely have to have it. So usually on the back end sale, out of those 5 people, you're going to get at least 2 of them to want to do the $2,000 thing because it is so irresistible, which means that since it's a $2,000 product, roughly, you're going to be able to gross the $4,000. You'll be able to get half that, so you'll be able to get just under $2,000 for your commission because you'll get 50%. So that means just on this 5,000 piece campaign, which again could be in a week, could be in a month, depending on how fast you get the postcards out, you can earn $3,789.50 just on the total campaign that you run, which again can be 1 week, can be 1 month, depending on how long it takes for you to get these postcards out. So that is what's possible just with one of our affiliate programs that we offer. Now, you can also do postcard campaigns for an affiliate program that you find on your own through ClickBank. But I caution you, you want to make sure that it's a high-ticket product. Because if it's some low-ticket thing that you're only making $30 from, you're not going to make money in this. You're going to lose money faster than, you might as well just throw the money at Las Vegas and be done with it, okay? Because you'll lose a lot of money that way. You have to go high-ticket. That's the key here, is you have to have a high-ticket product or service. So earning $3,789.50 just for a 5,000 piece mailing, again, if you can do one of those once a week, and again, you can have a third-party service do this for you. They can print up the postcards, put in all the labels for you, which they just basically inkjet all the names on there. They'll send a third-class bulk mail on your behalf, and you just have them send it out for you. Now, you're going to have to work up to that. You don't want to be doing that right away because they do have minimum orders, but that is the option so that you can run these postcard campaigns doing 5,000-10,000 postcards per week, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to lift a finger at all, because if you're going to be promoting some affiliate's website, the affiliate has to handle all the order fulfillment and so forth for the whole thing. So you can always create your own product, and you can always make 100% of the proceeds for yourself. You don't even have to split any kind of commissions as an affiliate with anybody if you create your own product. And imagine if those numbers were yours, where you don't have to just settle for just under $3,800. You can actually make the whole kit and caboodle for yourself, which would be double that. And that would be pretty freaking fantastic, I think, if that's the route you want to take. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit about how I'm able to make what I make on my campaigns, all right? So one of the campaigns I wanted to talk to you about is the $100,000 campaign that I routinely do. Now, because I have capacity issues, meaning that there's only a certain number of people I can onboard into this program at this high ticket level, I can't do these kinds of postcard campaigns, 12 months out of the year. It just doesn't work out that way because of the capacity issue that we do have. Let me share with you exactly what the numbers look like. I'm going to put it up on the screen for you. There you go. And it takes about 10,000 of these postcards for me to make one sale, okay? And so 10,000 postcards will cost $2,900 to mail. This does not account for the fact that there's down sales, okay? So even though we're making $17,100 in profits per 10,000 postcards we send out, this does not account for the down sales. Down sales means that you offer something cheaper to somebody because they can't afford the high ticket product that you have, which is a mistake that a lot of even online marketers make. They're like, all or nothing, we're selling this $18,000 thing, and if you don't have the money, oh well, bye, next. That's a huge mistake that a lot of online marketers make with these high ticket products. It's like you should always have a down sell. It's like, okay, well, you can't afford the $18,000 or $20,000 thing. We have a $3,000 thing. We have a $500 course. I mean, you just keep down selling them into something that's affordable to them. That's how you make a lot of money with this. So us knowing that information, that sometimes people need to be downsold, we have a $2,000 course that people can be downsold into if they don't have the $20,000, and we even have a really cheap low budget $500 course for people that definitely don't have the $2,000 either. So usually out of our 10,000 postcards, we'll sell one $20,000 right off the bat. They'll pay cash for it. Then we'll sell another $20,000, but they'll pay over the year. But the thing about that is that they have to pay $24,000 over the year because they have to pay 12 payments of $2,000. Okay, it's just we don't get all the money right up front. All right. And then out of the rest of them, this is out of 50 booked phone calls, 25 will show up. Out of the 25, we pitch them all the $20,000 program. Many don't have the cash. One will purchase the $20K thing. One will take a payment plan over the course of a year at $2,000 per month, or a total of $24,000 over the course of 12 months. 8 of them will purchase the $2,000 downsell. 4 of them will purchase the $497 course, okay? So that will give us a net profit over the course of 12 months of $53,988 on average, or $31,988 right away, because remember, one of those sales is prolonged, meaning that we have to wait a whole year to get the total $24,000 from them. So $31,000 is not bad. $32,000 not bad right away. So all we need to do is one 10,000 piece mailing every other month, really. We can slam, 10,000 a week if we really wanted to, but again, we have a capacity issue with our product that we have. We can't do that with the capacity issue that we have. So this is kind of how we do it when we really want to flush, push our big product, our high ticket product. We're trying to figure out a way to expand our capacity on our $20,000 thing that we sell. But, and that's a secret thing, by the way, in case you're wondering what it is. You're like, Monica, what are you selling for $20,000? I can't tell you. It's a secret. It's actually one of our high-level mentorship groups that we have. It's an annual mentorship that we do have. It's more like a take you by the hand, we'll do everything for you kind of mentorship is what we do with the $20,000 a year. So that's not bad. Now you're probably thinking, well, Monica, I don't have a $20,000 product. Well, that's okay. Because you can create either your own $20,000 product, or you can create your own high-end product. And as long as you don't sell it for over $2,000, you can get away with doing anywhere from a 45-minute to a 90-minute webinar to sell that $2,000 product. Anything over $2,000, you're really going to have to hit the phones and do phone sales. So, there's that. If you don't like phone sales, this is not the phone sales part isn't for you, but then making those high commissions isn't going to be for you either. So you have to make a decision on whether or not you want to make those high-end commissions or not, because otherwise you'll always be limited. But the cool thing is we actually offer an affiliate program for those that want to sell our $20,000 thing. Now you don't get half of that. You'll get 25% of that. So each sale is worth $5,000. But it's pretty profitable for those that have any kind of phone experience or like to be on the phone or are personable people and like to talk to cool people. You don't even have to be an experienced salesperson to do well. In fact, some of our best reps have no experience at all. They're just cool people to talk to. And at the end of the day, sales is really nothing more than just being cool on the phone and being likable. That's it. You don't have to be the slick Rick, used car salesman from the 60s. Trying to shove and force something down somebody's throat to sell anything. That's the worst way to sell people, especially in today's day and age. you can literally sell by just being a personable individual and not have a lick of any other experience in sales, and then do really well. You can even outpace any of the best salespeople on the planet if you just are true to yourself and you are personable with people on the phone. So you might not think that you have the ability to be personable or that you are a good salesperson, but I think you might be. I mean, you might be. I don't know. It's not for everybody, of course, in which case you personally would stick with any affiliate program that will send people to a website that they can do, that they can close with a video, for example. That's the type of affiliate program you would stick to. So, what would the numbers look like if you were to do this as an affiliate, like making 25% or $5,000 per sale, plus getting some of the back end, plus the downsells as well? Well, your numbers are going to look like this. So say you do a 10,000 piece postcard mailing, and you make one sale at the $20,000 mark, and that's going to cost you $2,900 to mail those postcards out. This will give you a profit of $2,100 in profit. And then there's the downsell. So the people that don't have the money for the $20,000 thing, out of the 10,000 postcards, out of the 50 calls that are booked, that's a 0.5% response. Half of those will show up at 25 calls. You're going to pitch all 25 to 20K program. One will purchase the $20,000 thing, which is a $5,000 commission right off the bat. One will purchase the payment plan deal, which is $2,000 payments over the course of 12 months, which gives you $500 a month in commission while they pay it off. 8 will purchase the $2,000 downsell. Now you do get half of that, which would mean $1,000 per sale. 4 will take the $497 course, which you'll also get half of that as well, which means that gives you a net profit of $15,994 over the course of 12 months, or a $10,494 profit in commissions right away. So if you do those 10,000 postcards in, say, 1 month, you'll be able to make potentially around roughly just over $10,000 in commissions to do it this way, doing this particular affiliate program that we have. So if you're interested in this kind of affiliate program, you can go to myschool.com/Monica Main Group. I'm going to actually be doing a live training coming up. So you can go to the calendar section once you get into the school account, and you can sign up for the training. If you already missed the training by the time you watch this video, that's okay. You can go into the classroom area of the school account, and you can look for the postcard training, and you can see the postcard training in detail, because I go into some major detail on the actual postcards, what they look like, what the affiliate program opportunities are, if you want to create your own course, what that would look like. Maybe you want to work with a different affiliate program, what that would look like. So the training will share with you everything that you need to know if this is the kind of thing that you might be interested in. If this seems like it resonates with you, I would say just do the free training and just check it out. What's the worst case? Oh, this isn't for me. Well, if it's not for you, it's not for you, right? So, I would just say check it out, because I've been in the game of having different businesses of all kinds for 30 years, over 30 years. And there are very, very few things that you can do to make a lot of money, like literally very few things if you don't have a lot of money to start. Obviously, if you have a couple $1 million, you can run out and buy a McDonald's, and that's going to make money off the bat, right? You'd have to do something really bad to screw that up. But most people don't have a couple $1 million sitting around to go, start up a McDonald's. And even nowadays, McDonald's, the franchise, doesn't want you to try to buy a McDonald's unless you want to buy 10. Like, they're getting really strict with people. Like, they don't want a one-man band, one store operator anymore. If you don't have the cash to come in to do 10 McDonald's nowadays, McDonald's doesn't want to talk to you anymore. And so that's $20+ million that you're going to need for McDonald's. So yeah, of course you can make a ton of money if you have a ton of money, but most of you don't. I didn't when I was starting off. I'm still super cheap when it comes to starting and creating new businesses, because I don't want to spend a lot of money on anything if I don't know if it's going to work or not. So out of all the things that I've done over the years, direct mail marketing has made me the most money. Real estate investing has also made me a lot of money too. But direct mail marketing has probably well eclipsed what I've made in real estate, believe it or not. Probably because I've been able to send out a lot more mailers. I was at one point in time in my life sending just about as many mailers as American Express was sending, and they were sending about 1 million mailers per month, and I was just under what they were sending. That's how large of a mailer I became. This was probably in the 90s, early 2000s. And so I know the business, right? And it makes a lot of money, and it still works. That's the cool thing about it. So for those of you that really want something that you can do even in your spare time, maybe send out 500 to 1,000 postcards a week, maybe build up your business over time, and then eventually maybe quit your day job and focus more on the business, and then maybe start off as an affiliate marketer, sell some affiliate programs, and then once you understand how the postcard part works, then maybe come up with your own course of some kind, or do the PLR stuff that I talked about before. And eventually you'll be able to make a lot of money with this business as long as you just start yourself up from the bottom and just rise up from there. There's a lot of money to be made because there's literally no competition in this anymore. Everybody wants the easy way. The click, 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 let me make a ton of money. Does not work anymore, okay? So if this is something you're interested in, join my free training. Go to school.com/Monica Main. You can go to the calendar link to see if the training is still available. And if you just happen to miss it, that's okay. Just go into the classroom section, look for the Postcard Profits training, and you'll be able to see the longer training that I have that talks more about these numbers, more about the possibilities and options and different products that you can sell, and how somebody like you who maybe doesn't have a lot of money to start off can get involved in this business and ramp it up really, really quick and start making more money than you probably ever thought possible. So again, school.com/Monica Main. Get in on the training. And if you like this content, give me a nice thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. This is Monica Main signing off, and I will see you in the next video.